Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today and welcome you to my live reading for the week of May 9th through the 15th. This is going to be such an amazing week. We're starting the week off, of course, with that Mother's Day energy. Now, I know it sounds corny, but yes, that nurturing, loving energy. It doesn't matter what your relationship was or is with your biological mother or your mother figure. We have that ability to use that compassion and love towards ourselves. And that's a big component this week. As I was getting my decks ready and as I was preparing for this reading, it was very clear to me that nurturing energy is going to be needed, especially as in not next week, I think it's the week after, that we're looking at the full flower moon coming in with the lunar eclipse. And then at the end of the month, well, we have Mercury retrograde. We're going to need this time and love for self to get us going and really invigorate us, because we do have some challenges ahead. And just like any time we've been faced with challenges, when we take that time for us, well, we're more empowered and we can make decisions for our greater good. It's so important. And this week it really is gonna kind of start our month off on a high vibration. So the decks I chose, and as I was getting ready, I have my Radiant Scale Tarot. I so love the imagery and the shininess. I can get a really nice glow on my face. It's fantastic. And then I've paired it with the Energy Oracle. We need some positive energy. We need that energy shift. So we're going to tap into the Energy Oracle to see what guidance it has for us. So without further ado, let's get into this week for you guys. What can my friends expect from the week of May 9th through the 15th? Which it's hard to believe that we're getting into the middle of May already. It feels like we just entered May. So crazy. The door to spirit. So helpful. Not only do we need to nurture ourselves, anytime that we take time for us, we're raising our vibration, which opens those doors. It is a floodway to that support, to that guidance that we're looking for. So taking time for self may sound really corny and cliche, but even a little bit here and there, as we incorporate it into our everyday, that vibrational shift starts to show us opportunities and possibilities that we hadn't even thought of or considered. That higher vibration really does set us up for success. So let's look at how we can get into this week, how we can use this mothering energy to our advantage, and how we can, of course, raise that vibration and embrace these opportunities that are right in front of us. It's just we're not always able to see them because our vibration isn't high enough. They're right there. We just need to have that higher vibration and that energy to embrace it, which is why that mothering energy is so needed. What can my friends expect from the beginning of the week? Oh, see, I was trying to avoid that. Yeah, it's right under the table. I was leaning over this table in hopes that we wouldn't have them slide, but it managed. They always seem to. So the first card the Ace of Earth, those seeds that are being planted. We have new ones being planted every day. We have some that are starting to crack and emerge. That nurturing, that care and love for us is going to go a long way in allowing these to unfold, allowing us to embrace all the amazing aspects within us that are going to support us with embracing these opportunities and overcoming the challenges that we're going to be faced with. We know that May is not an anomaly. We know that there are challenges ahead. We need new and emerging aspects to help us overcome them. Gain that solution that's going to be for our greater advantage, our greater good, rather than just having a solution for a solution's sake, because that doesn't help us. We miss out when we do that. The Three of Earth, also known as the Three of Pentacles. And in my world, it's also known as the Triforce Perfecta card. You're working with you, your physical support team, and your spiritual support team to gain that understanding, to create that answer that's going to be, well, for your greater good, for that higher vibration. We need to start off by asking for the help that we need. Huge challenge for many of us. We don't like asking for help, let alone sometimes we don't even know what it is we need help with, but we know we're struggling, and how do we get it? With your high vibrational support team, you just need to break down that law of free will. Asking for that help, saying, hey guys, I need your help. I don't understand why this is happening, what's going on, but please help me. When you do that, you're breaking down that law of free will, and they'll come in and support and guide you. Hence, the door that we're looking at. We need to have the courage and determination to be open to that information, that insight, both on the spiritual level and physical level. Our support teams in both aspects have been trying to share information with us. However, we've been resistant to it. We've been closing that door down because it's against what we want, what we think we want, what we think we need. It's not in alignment with what we are hoping to achieve. Part of this doorway to spirit is talking about opportunities and possibilities that are more meaningful than what we initially want, or we think we want, or we think we need. We need to be open to that insight, those turning points. It's going to help align us to our soul's deeper purpose, help to bring in way more abundance, way more prosperity, and of course, way more joy and happiness. That teamwork, though, it's essential. Justice. The 11th card in most decks. Sorry, I say that. It's the 11th card in the major arcana according to Rider-Waite. Some decks do have this card as the 8th card in the major arcana. If you want more information on why I'm laughing and why I brought that up, last week I did publish my Tarot 101, which was Introduction to the Major Arcana. So I do go into that a little bit. But Justice, that Balance card, that Right and Wrong card. We're looking at that balance coming into a greater alignment. As we take time for ourselves, as we start to clear out some of that buildup that we're carrying, we're asking for the help that we need so that we can grow, so these aspects can come forward and thrive. we're going to see that balance start to become more in alignment. We're not so weighed over on one side because we're releasing it. Part of that rejuvenation, part of that healing and motherly energy that I'm talking about is that release. Now, I am going to have, and I'm hoping that it's going to come out, it's going to depend on technology. I'm having some computer issues. I love my computer. It doesn't always love me, though. I'm hoping to have for Sunday my next Archangel healing meditation, and it's with Archangel Raphael. And we look at some of that release. And you're definitely going to have that door to spirit open when you're doing a meditation. You're taking control of your breath. You're slowing your heart rate. You're starting to balance the two spheres of our brain, because usually we're predominantly focused in on using one over the other. That balance, that time and love for you, because you have to give yourself permission. You have to give yourself the time and energy to partake in these meditations. Guess what you're doing? You're raising that vibration. Like I said, that time for self, it's going to be imperative. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy this video. I did mention that I'm going to be bringing out an Archangel Raphael meditation. Yeah, depending on my computer, fingers crossed. It'll be for, I'm hoping, Mother's Day. Now, I do have 2 playlists of meditations. They're all a guided meditation. They're all 30 minutes long, and they're all free. There's no strings attached. You can partake in them and enjoy them as you need. We need tools now more than ever. So I, almost on a weekly basis, update one of them. And as a sneak peek, guys, there's going to be a 3rd coming forward. I'm so excited. Can't wait. So there will be a 3rd meditative playlist coming forward as well. Another support for you guys. So I do have links below in the description box that will bring you to both playlists. Peruse them, enjoy them, use them to your advantage. But that balance, meditation will bring it to you. I actually have a number of meditations that are just focused solely on balance. So important, because we are so off kilter. We are so overwhelmed and burdened that it's hard to maintain that balance. Another thing that's hard to maintain, because we do have such a burden, is that grounded, centered energy. We have 2 pentacles on top of each other. That groundedness is going to be needed as we open those doors, as we work with that high vibration, as we try and raise our vibration. The higher our vibration, the more grounded we need to be, because you can easily topple. If you're too far high, you start to topple over. You need that grounded energy. That's why in all my meditations, I suggest that you make sure that you have connection with the floor. We need that groundedness. So like I said, I do have meditations on grounding as well. And they're a fantastic way to start off your day. Then you can use crystals to your advantage. It's a lot of work for a crystal to try and create that grounded energy within you. Your crystal has a better chance to maintain that grounded energy. So my favorite crystal for grounding is one like this. It does not have to be heart-shaped. I just like it because it's a heart shape. It's called tiger iron. It's a fantastic kind of brown, red, and black crystal. It's hard because this is a polished crystal and lights. Tiger iron will, there's a good shot on the cascading on it. Tiger iron will help to maintain that stability and groundedness. You can use any red or black crystal that's going to resonate with your root chakra. I can suggest things like obsidian. Black obsidian will work well. Even red jasper. use what you have at hand. You don't have to go break the bank to buy huge crystals. You want ones that are going to be able to go with you. So if you're going to be carrying it in your pocket or on your person, so if you're going to tuck it in your bra or something, please do make sure it's got the polish. You don't want the rough crystals up against your skin. They will bite you, and it won't be fun. You won't enjoy the energy as much as if you're bleeding on it. So we want to maintain that groundedness. Of course, you can use essential oils, flower essence, and even what you find in your kitchen to your advantage. Things like cinnamon, easy to find. Most of us have ground cinnamon in our kitchen. We can have a little pot of it like a potpourri. You can add it to your tea or your coffee. Kind of have that very fall-like pumpkin spice going on. Use your different tools that are right here, that are right at hand to your advantage. That's kind of my motto. Use what you have, and then you can build off of it. That's why I have those meditations. You can build off of what's already existing. If you want to expand your crystal collection, sure, go slow. And like I said, you don't need big crystals. Sometimes these littler ones, they are more impactful because you can carry them with you, and that energy amplifies because you can tuck it in. You can tuck it into your bra. You can put it in your pocket. A lot of times those crystal bracelets are so powerful because they are connected right to your skin and you're wearing them. Big piece. So let's go on to the middle of the week. What can my friends expect from the middle of the week? Hopefully it won't stay in my hand. I don't want to go under the table again because it's not ever a good shot. It really isn't. The Seven of Air, also known, of course, as the Seven of Swords. It's that card that talks about trying to get away with too much. So if you go into the Rider-Waite series, it's a fantastic card. I love this card. It's this guy holding 6 swords. He's got all these swords, and he's left one below because he can't carry all the swords. And he's wearing this fantastic fezda and a red and yellow polka dotted shirt or tunic with tights. I love the imagery on the original Rider-Waite. It brings a smile to my face. Talks about trying to get away with too much. I said earlier, we've got a lot of burden on us. Yeah, we need to start to cut away that burden. We need to start to be pretty darn honest with us. That's the only way we're going to be able to move forward. You're only going to find yourself fall backwards and become even more stuck if you're not brutally honest with you. Because you're the only one that can cut through the crap. We have this amazing justice card. It's actually a gorgeous depiction of her. This amazing justice card coming in at the beginning of the week. We can still embrace this energy of balance and right and wrong when it comes to the middle of the week and seeing us trying to get away with a little bit too much. This is very ego driven. Your ego over time has created this kind of puffy fluffiness that's all around us. It's like a coat, if you will, or a coat of arms. It's a protection. Sure, at one time it served us because we didn't have the coping mechanisms, the age, the understanding to deal with what was at the heart of us. And we have that now. The problem being is that it is some work on our part to start to shed away and start to use that sword of truth and get to the heart of the matter. Get to that true knowledge. The air card or the sword card, you're looking at that knowledge piece. Whereas the Pentacles, you're looking at that grounded, stable growth. Here, I'm looking at knowledge. The middle of the week, that knowledge is going to be imperative. We're not going to actually take the sword and start to make shifts or changes. We just need to bring that balance within ourselves. That knowledge, that awareness. That awareness is going to be vast. We can take that awareness and start to proceed with it. We don't want to jump and do leaps of faith, because that's when your ego starts to go, I'm going to claw you back. I'm going to add in more heartache and more fear so you never do it again, causing more stagnation and more challenge in your life. So we want that understanding. We don't really have a lot of action cards. The action so far that we're looking at is taking care of us, giving ourselves a little extra nurturing and love, gaining that understanding, because these doors are going to open. Those opportunities, those possibilities become more prevalent as we raise our vibration. Sure, loving self and nurturing self will raise your vibration. Understanding self will also do the same, because you're starting to work with your abilities, with these emerging aspects that are really going to help you on your way. So, the middle of the week, we need that understanding. We need to get away from that fluffy puffiness. We need to get to the heart of the matter. And it's going to take some time. So it's not like on Wednesday you're going to go, and done. You're going to get a little ways down, and then it's going to get a little bit terrifying. You're going to be like, oh, I don't know about this. And then you can stop there. That knowledge, the more we gain, the more we're going to see come forward. And we can work with it at that point. We don't need to know everything right away. It's going to be overwhelming and semi-terrifying, because you're not going to be able to understand how to incorporate it in. It's one thing to say, I'm going to know my true self. I'm going to go find myself. Well, yourself is here. It's just knowing how to better work with self. And that's what we're going to see come forward in the middle of the week. Like I said, those aha moments, that's going to be where you're really going to see that movement, that incorporation. It will come. So let's go on to the end of the week. What can my friends expect? It's that card from the end of the week. Yes, and that card. You can have that card too. Just don't throw them on the floor, please. I did my Patreon reading earlier today, and I had to try and go under my desk to get the card. It was fantastic. All right. So the first card that they wanted to share. The Empress. The third card in the Major Arcana. Talks about growth, abundance, and fertility. Such a unique card. Very much with that Gaian dragon energy, but that growth, that foundation is very evident, reminding us that there is a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities. It's just our vibration isn't high enough. It's like saying, okay, I know that that is a book, but I can't open it because I don't understand. I'm afraid to open that book. These opportunities are right in front of us. We need to raise our vibration, take that deep breath, using our skills and our abilities to start to embrace these opportunities, checking them out, seeing how they would incorporate into your day, into your life. Not every opportunity is something that you're going to feel comfortable engaging in. If things start to feel really overwhelming and that you don't feel like it is something that you couldn't do, we're going to go back to working in that cooperation, asking for the help that you need. Tell your high vibrational support team, this is overwhelming, man. I can't do this. It's too much. Can you bring it down a bit for me so that I can slowly get to where it is I need to be? They'll understand that hesitation, that fear, it can be debilitating. We need to work in a slow, steady manner so that we're not regressing. We're not falling backwards into that fear and doubt. Small, steady, stable steps are so much more productive. We get so much further. The problem is that it's not fast enough. Many of us just want instant gratification, instant results. We're not going to get that with the years and lifetimes of experience, baggage, and heartache and fear that we've acquired. It's taken a long time to get it. Same thing. We're going to have to take that time and start to heal and release at a rate that is most effective for you. Not for everybody else, but for you. And the card that was very persistent, the Seven of Earth. So this is also known as the Seven of Pentacles, which is that hard work card where you're going to have to get your hands dirty. On the nice side, this isn't too mucky. This is more internal. But we do need to give ourselves time, permission, and be open to the information that is being shared. That's the biggest problem, is that we don't want to. We want to shut down. It's too easy to say no. I don't want this. This is too scary. But with persistence and some work, that understanding, you're going to see those abundance come forward, that prosperity start to flourish. The Empress card really kind of oversees this week that nurturing feminine energy. It flows. We've got it balanced with Mother's Day and then the Empress. It's up to us to embrace it, to make that conscious choice that I want to incorporate that beautiful feminine energy. No matter what gender you identify with, you have that feminine energy within you. Embracing it and using it to your advantage. So we do have double, well, I thought we had double sevens. Yeah, we got the Seven of Air and the Seven of Earth. When you have that multiple seven, the angels are telling you that you're on the right track. Sevens are a lucky number. Keep going, which is very true. Like I said, this is not going to be an instant result. You're not going to get like some sort of instant fix. Life isn't like that. We need to work at it a bit. So this week offers you a lot of understanding and caring for self, which, like I said, are going to be important as we go into the lunar eclipse, which it can be a very jolting and abrupt energy, and then into the amazing chaos that Mercury retrograde causes at the end of May. We need this really stable foundation. We've got a lot of foundational cards here. We have 1, 2, 3 Pentacles and the Empress. That grounding, that stability, it's going to be really important. So I always hate doing this because it can and it does get kind of overwhelming. We're going to check into the challenge of the week. What challenge will my friends face for the week of May 9th through the 15th? At least they kept them on the table today. Oh, or not. Okay, that landed in my lap. Okay, so the cards that flip forward, the Two of Water. It's a balance card, and I enjoy this depiction of it because it's got the dark and the light. It talks about that balance of energy, that balance within ourselves. We need to connect in to us, the energies within us, and work with our higher vibrational self, there we go, our higher vibrational self and that relationship. And part of what the Seven of Air is going to be talking about and working with us with is that understanding of that higher vibrational self, our intuitive self. The Page of Water, or the Page of Wands, or sorry, the Page of Cups. I was going to say the Page of Wands. It starts with a W. The Page of Water. We have that playful, inquisical, and very creative energy within the page. Not only are we going to resist that relationship with ourselves and resist that balance, we're going to be really stuck in our routine. The Page of Cups talks about that fun, that play, and that flexibility. We're really going to be a stickler to things. The things on what's going on right now, and why would you change it? Your ego is going to have that emperor energy of do it my way because I told you so. These energies are going to really impact your need and want to start to reflect and work with self. It's going to make you question, why would you want to change? Look at all that you have. Absolutely. You've got so much amazing prosperity that's all throughout your life in all aspects and domains. However, stagnation causes the tower to come in and zap you in the butt. We need to continue with our progression, with our evolution. If we don't have that continuation, that's when we're really going to feel that zappy bruntness of the tower. And as we are coming into a lunar eclipse, which I think is like the 22nd, don't quote me. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you when the lunar eclipse is. Right now, I'm lucky that I know next week is the 9th through the 15th. I actually had to check in my last video with my Patreon friends because I couldn't remember when the week started or when it ended. It's a blur. COVID has caused so many problems with me knowing what day it is. So we're going to have that resistance. We're going to have resistance to change. We're going to have that resistance to our intuitive abilities and resisting that balance within. We know that that balance came up at the beginning of the week. We're going to need it throughout the entirety of our weeks, months, and years to come, actually. That balance and connection is really important. Oh, thanks, Rick. Hi, welcome. Yes, this is the first time I've used my Radient Scales Tarot, and I'm loving it. It's such a beautiful deck. So there's going to be a lot of resistance. I just said, didn't I? You guys had a lot of abundance in your life? The Nine of Earth, also known as the Nine of Pentacles. It talks about that Garden of Eden. We're going to resist that change, that evolution that's going to bring in so much more prosperity. The minute you start taking those opportunities and possibilities and incorporating them into your everyday, that's when you're going to see that abundance flourish. We have the Empress here. That fertility, it's immense. What we can accomplish is only minimized by us, our resistance, and of course, the way that we will talk ourselves out of stuff. We're pretty harsh on ourselves. So there's a lot of resistance this week. When you see or feel that resistance, like, oh, I don't want to do this. Why am I going to do this? I want you to check into that resistance. Is it you? Is it your ego? Where is it coming from? Take a page out of the Pages book. We have that toddler, childlike energy. Put that resistance through your toddler inquisition. Why are you resisting it? What is the basis of this? And What are you going to achieve by having this resistance? Check into it. It's one of those things. Your ego does not do well with critical thinking and assessment. It can't, because it's not based on anything of foundation. This will. Similarly, you can check into these opportunities and possibilities. Start to put them through the toddler inquisition. Who, what, when, where, why? How is it going to impact you? How's it going to benefit you? What challenges will it bring? High vibration is founded in stable energy. It has that stability to stand up to that inquisition. If you can't put it through its paces, that opportunity is low vibrational, not high. That's one of the ways I always determine the two. If I can ask the questions and get a good answer, and again, that goes back to being open to working with those high vibrational beings, your high vibrational support team, being open to those answers, you're going to find that prosperity, those aha moments, and that fulfillment will follow. It's just trying to overcome your ego. It's got lifetimes upon lifetimes of knowing how to push your buttons and slow you down and stop you. It can be a challenge, but again, taking it one step at a time, checking into it, asking those hard questions. So we know what's going to have a challenge this week. Let's look at some blessings. What blessings can my friends embrace for the week of May 9th through the 15th? Sure, now you're going to throw it on the floor. The Magician and the Mirror. Very much connected into the energy of the Magician card, where you're using your abilities, your strengths to your advantage. This card has connection to the universe. It's got that infinity symbol here. And we need that. We need that connection to help us understand how to go forward, that clarity, but also to invigorate us. When you draw down the universal energy through a practice like Reiki, you're able to amplify your own abilities and not tap into your limited reserves of energy. You're actually empowering you rather than depleting you. So practices like that are really helpful, especially as you're trying to deburden and debunk ourselves, because that burden, it's such a bear to carry. Using the tools and skills that we have. We all have the ability to draw down the universal energy. It's an infinite source. And actually, when we start to use it and start to raise our vibration, we start to add back to that universal energy, because we're projecting high vibrational, loving energy back out. So it's a win-win situation. You feel more empowered and you get more done. Again, we have that mirror, so really reaffirming and reconfirming that need to take care of self this week. We have that motherly energy coming in on Sunday. We need to carry it throughout the week as the Empress helps us to cap off our week. Using it to our advantage this week to help us overcome some of that challenge and resistance, helping us to raise those vibrations and embrace all the wonder and joy that's all around us. The Goddess of the Moon. I love how these cards just they reconfirm what I said, how long have we been talking? 40 minutes ago? We need to use that nurturing, loving energy to our advantage. That feminine energy is there. We just need to embrace it, call it forward, and use it to our advantage. Like I said before, it does not matter what gender you are or what gender you identify with. We all have feminine and masculine within us. We need it, and we need it balanced. And a lot of us are not caring for us, we're caring for everybody else. We need it to really empower and rejuvenate us. So, taking a little bit of time here and there really does go a long way. All right, we're going to end off this reading on any further insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my friends for the week of May 9th through the 15th. Okay. Oh, sweet. The Chariot. Of course, we have the 7th card in the Major Arcana, and it's that movement forward, using our willpower and our determination to get us going. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, she has this very stern-looking man in a very concrete chariot being pulled by a black and white sphinx with no reins. We need to use that willpower and determination to really blow through some of these challenges. Like I said, May is going to be a bit of a choppy month. We're going to get some wild curveballs. We need to use that willpower, that inner flame to our advantage. Sorry, Rick, I missed that. Beautiful. Yes, it's a stunning deck. There is a link below. It was a Kickstarter program, so I'm not sure what quantity they have left, but I'm hoping that they have a number of decks left. I know people have reached out. It's such a beautiful card. What was I saying? Oh, yes. We're going to need to have that inner willpower and fire. One way that I can help you out with really connecting into that inner fire, which sits in our solar plexus, which is right in our tummy area, is through a meditation that I did with Archangel Uriel. And that's kind of his area of expertise. He helps to really bring us into the light, helps to invigorate us, and to help us step into our own power. That energy is what we're going to need to really light up some of these darker areas and kind of burn away some of this resistance, helping us to feel stronger and more empowered in what it is we're doing. And you'll find that meditation in my Archangel Healing Meditation playlist. The King of Earth. Midas touch himself? Oh, yes. The divine energies, they are beautiful. Sorry, you just said beautiful, so I wasn't too sure what you were talking about. Midas touch. That abundance, that prosperity. When we are connected in and doing what's going to be for our benefit, that's when the prosperity, it just flows. The universe loves to reward us for our hard work. And that hard work, we know it's there. We know we have it here. These opportunities are there. They're going to be very abundant. It's just up to us to do that work. Hi, Lucian. It's all good. I'm glad you could join us. When we are able to tap into that hard work and into all these opportunities, we're going to be paid back handsomely. That abundance is going to flow in all aspects of life. As you raise your vibration, as you use these opportunities, the universe is like, let them have it. Let's give them what they need. You'll find your manifestation skills also improve because your vibration is higher. Your trust in your abilities and your skills. We don't question ourselves when we're in high vibration. So you're going to see that prosperity, that manifestation come forward. The king is also reminding you and adding in that final nail, ground, 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 and then reground yourself again, because it's going to be essential. especially as we're trying to tap into some of these higher vibrational energies that may be just out of our reach. However, with a little bit of a nudge, we could do it. Now, you guys saw me shuffle the deck. The Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. She is the everyday aspect of the Empress and the consort to the King. Reconfirming that balance, that need of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you. When you do that, well, that balance will help you bring in the harmony and the joy within to really embrace all that is there. To help out with that masculine feminine balance, at the beginning of April, I brought out a meditation of balancing energies. It's in my Just You and Me playlist, and that meditation is fantastic at bringing in that balance of masculine and feminine within us. We can also use it to help us maintain that balance, as we are going to really be focused in on that feminine this week. So this is your week, my friends. It's a fantastic opportunity to really connect in with some of those emerging aspects, cut away some of the fluffiness, and embrace those opportunities. So I will open up the floor to my friends who are with me live. If they have any other questions, I would be happy to answer them. And yeah, I enjoy opening up the floor and just seeing if there's any other further questions before I end off the day. And I hope you guys do have some fun plans for this weekend and enjoying this motherly aspect, enjoying that energy and using it to your advantage. You'll find that as we get into the later part of May, you're going to really appreciate the time that you gave you, especially as you feel stronger and more empowered to take this stuff on. Well, it doesn't look like anybody's writing anything. It's not like YouTube or like your messenger, and it will show me a little bubble. But if you have any questions, you can always email me and I'll be happy to answer them. Beautiful Nana Ann is shining all her love. It's fantastic. Thank you. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me and I will be happy to answer them. I will be doing, I believe, my angel reading, a live angel reading next Friday. Then next Sunday, I will be doing the weekly reading. And then I think on Wednesday of that week, if I remember my schedule, I'm going to be doing the lunar eclipse full moon reading. All my readings are posted on my Facebook page. They're events, so people can easily find when I'm going to be live. Thank you so much, Rick. Rick has said, thank you for all these messages and great work. Sending you and all listeners blessings and light and love. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I can't wait to see how May unfolds and my launch of my new meditation series. Until tomorrow, my friends.